Hello crocheters, it's been another week and it's been kind of a busy week for me on YouTube, which has had ramifications in other areas of the crocheting, but it's been a good week and I'm excited to get into it. So the first thing I got done this week was I was able to finally finish the rabbit. Pretty cute. Well, I think so. But I'm still working on a floppy eared version because I want to have that be an option when you buy the pattern. You can either do the stand up ears or the floppy down ears, floppy down, lay down ears, you know. So I haven't quite figured out the pattern for the floppy ears yet, but that's kind of what I'm working on the rest of today and early Monday, because I'm going to send it out to Pattern Testers Monday, so it better be ready, right? Yeah, so that's where this is. I'm pretty happy with it. The other thing I was able to get done finally got the hot pink flamingo done. I mean, what was really left to do was the legs. But I'm not very fast at crocheting with worsted weight yarn, so it takes me a while to, to get such a long leg done. But I'm also really happy with this one. This one's going to one of my nieces. And then last week, I said I was going to make some deer loveys for a friend for her baby shower. And I did not have the time. I definitely overscheduled myself. And part of what happened was at the end of last week, I said, like, I'm fending off the flu. Well, I got it. 24-hour flu, not the end of the world, but it pushed back the things I was going to get done on Saturday to Monday. And so I had to edit the Chubby Bunny both YouTube videos on Monday rather than Saturday night, which meant they had to be rendered and then upload on Tuesday. Anyway, it just kind of like pushed everything back and took a day out of my life. So I didn't get to make the loveys, which is sad. The farthest I got was this blanket. Because this one would have been for the girl or the female deer. And so I was going to have just like these little flowers just kind of on the corners, and then the deer itself would have a flower crown. And so this was going to be the blanket that went with that one. So I've got the blanket done, but that's it. So yeah, sadly that's not going to happen. So instead, I know the friend, her color scheme for at least her firstborn was a lot of blues. And so I figure that these two would kind of fit in, still very like, this one can be girl, this one can be boy, this one can be girl, this one can be, well, I guess this one does have eyelashes, so maybe this one should be for the girl. But I'm going to give her these two. I think they work well with twins and will probably also work with her home decor. So let's hope that that's in actuality, that I'm not assuming things that are not real. Anyway, so like I said, it was kind of a busy week for me on YouTube because I had the 2 Chubby Bunny videos, and then I also had the interview with Debbie from the Canadian Crocheter that I uploaded. So there was kind of a lot. So I'm going to try and keep this vlog kind of short. I don't want to be too overwhelming. So other things, actually this is something I did last week that I completely forgot to share. So I'm working on a pig. I've done a pig before, but I've learned some things since then, and I also knew I wanted to make a fleece snout. So I'll be honest, I'm not completely sold on the shape. I think once I get like, you know, the rest of it on here, it will be cute, but I'm still thinking there might be some tweaking, specifically in the head shape. Like, I think maybe the snout needs to be lower, but I don't know. This one's going to be an experiment. Probably not going to be like, you know, rough draft, final draft on this one. It's going to be more like, definitely this is the rough draft. So we will see how that one goes. I got some new yarn this week. That was exciting. So I actually just got this package in the mail today. Like 10 minutes ago, I picked it up off the front porch. So this was from Bethany, right? Yes, Bethany in Colorado. She just messaged me on Facebook saying, I have some extra blanket yarn I'm not going to use. Do you want it? I was like, yeah, of course I do. So she packaged them like brilliantly. She, you know, used the suction packing, vacuum packing. So she was able to get, you know, 5 skeins. I mean, they're not all full skeins, but still, like, that's a pretty decent amount of yarn in a fairly small bag. So that was really exciting. Thank you, Bethany. I thought that was super sweet of her. She also sent me this. I really like the pattern because it's the Deathly Hallows symbol. Harry Potter friends, you know what this is. So I'm excited to use this. I use little bags and project bags for all sorts of different things. So I'm excited to use it. I'll be honest, I'm not exactly sure what it is. So if you know what it is, something that has this sort of mechanism and it like clasps really, really tightly, let me know. Or Bethany, you can just tell me because you know, you sent it to me. So thank you again for that. Also, Bernat blanket yarn was on pretty good sale at Joann's. So I got a couple of more skeins because I am working through mine relatively quickly. And I've got some new projects coming up. So this is my first time working with light gray yarn. Is that what they call it? Pale gray is what they call it. And then white. And so these two are going to be for the baby sheep that we make for Christmas in July, which I have to get done not only before July so I can edit all of the videos and whatnot, but I'm going to, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm making the sheep for a friend whose baby is due in June. And I'm also making the tutorial out of it. So yeah, so that's what these 2 are going to be. And then I also got some blue for my niece who requested a blue hippo. Well, she requested a blue and pink hippo. So it's going to be a blue hippo, probably, wow, I can't talk. A blue hippo with a pink striped sweater because I've got multiple colors of pink. So I think that'll be fun. So that's what this one is. And then I've got another thing of brown because at some point I need to probably make the otter again and get it tested. I don't think I took pictures well enough to just, you know, assemble the pattern and say people test it. I'm pretty sure I've got to make it one more time. So I got that. And then not pictured, I also got another skein of the almond color for the deer loveys that I was going to make. And then I didn't make them. I do plan on still making the deer. They're not done this week. That's all. So yeah, I think that is it for this week. Thank you all so much for your incredibly awesome response to the pattern sale. It ends today, or it ended today. I think it goes through today. But thank you all for supporting me there. And thank you for following along and being a part of this crochet journey. It's a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to this next week. I've got the chubby bunny and the rabbit going out to testers on Monday. The chubby bunny honestly can be made in like an evening, so that one's going to be pretty quick on the deadline. The rabbit takes a little bit more time. It's a lot bigger, and also working with fleece and assembly, you know, a little more finicky. So that one will be coming probably beginning of May is when that pattern will be ready. I'm hoping to make progress on the pig and maybe get a start on the hippo, or actually make the deer levees. I don't know. There will be something to show. So I look forward to it, and I hope you guys do too. And I'll see you next week. Take care.